Hello there, so I decided to make this channel just a cooking channel, so I'm gonna change it from Mohammed Al Sumri to Not American Food. And you can go to my second channel, which I'm gonna be posting all random stuff that I want to do, like the other side projects like movies, fun clips, unboxing. I have a Korean snacks that I received from my friend that I will be doing an unboxing on that channel soon. Okay, so today we're gonna work on Mandazi. I tried to film it last week, but I made a stupid mistake that I brushed it with eggs and it ruined the whole thing. So I had to refilm it. Alright, so let's roll the intro and get started. Let's cook American food. But it's not American food. Well, it's not American food. First, get your milk and warm it up to about 30 Celsius, 84-85 Fahrenheit, and add 5 grams of yeast. Here we have 315 grams of milk. Add your yeast and mix it up. Let that all good yeast bloom and let it sit for 10 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. Alright, let's move to our dry ingredient. We're gonna add to our stand mixer 500 grams of all-purpose flour. You can use whole flour if you want, but all-purpose works just as well. And we're gonna add half cup of sugar. That's a lot of sugar, I know, but for American people it's not that much. But it's just half cup of sugar, granulated sugar, nothing fancy, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And if you want, you don't have to, some people like to add teaspoon of cardamom and cinnamon for flavoring. I honestly don't like it, I'm just doing it for the YouTube video. Or if I was making it for myself, I wouldn't add those two. And then we're gonna add our milk that is already mixed with the yeast. The whole thing. Can you do it without a stand mixer? Absolutely you can. A stand mixer is not anything you need. You can do it by a hand. It's not gonna take you more than 10 minutes. But I'm lazy and I already bought the stand mixer, so why not? But I did show you before how to use your hand. The video up on the card. Alright, and then mix it on slow speed. But you need first to hook up your stand mixer to the electricity. As soon as your dough gets together, we're just gonna stop mixing it and let it rest for 2 hours or until it doubles in size. Just generously oil your bowl and move your dough to it. Well, we're back after 2 hours. You can see our beautiful dough doubled in size. Now we're gonna pour it on the table and work it a little bit so we get that gluten move, because it's really relaxed right now. Alright, so what we're gonna be doing is just a bunch of folds to get the gluten layered up. So basically pull and fold, pull and fold. And we will just do this until the dough becomes a little bit stiff, and then we will know that our gluten have been moved around. I'm not a professional baker, so if you're a professional baker, probably you're laughing at the stuff I'm saying, but you got the concept. Or if you're anyone who knows anything about gluten, you know the concept already. It smells really good, just the flour itself. We can see that I'm forming a ball right now. Putting more flour to stop it from sticking, and yeah, it's tough enough for me. And when you finish forming your ball, and we're gonna let it rest on our bench for 10 minutes, not more than 10 minutes, because if you let it relax too much, the gluten thingy will not work very well. So just we're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes while covering it. And of course I'm covering it with my old underwear. Alright, 10 minutes later. Alright, 10 minutes later, we have our dough. It relaxed a little bit, as you can see. You can pull it back again. And now we're gonna divide it into 4 pieces and then roll them into another balls. And then just roll them into a ball. Then grab your balls and we're gonna roll them flat. Not too flat, because we still need some thickness to it, but flat enough. That looks about good. And then I'm gonna use my pizza cutter to cut it into quarter. You definitely can use anything else. I'm just trying to be fancy here. And then I'm just gonna put them all on my tray, spaced out evenly enough so they don't touch each other. Use a parchment sheet on your trays. I'm not using a parchment sheet because my tray is non-stick, and that should be fine. And I oiled it a little bit, so I'm good to go. Just keep an inch or two between them to give them room to grow up. Also, when you put them aside, just make sure you cover them. You don't want them to dry too much. And then after I finish rolling all my doughs, I will just let them sit until they double in size, and then I will throw them in the oven. Now I will cover them and let them rest until they double in size, and then we're gonna check them. As you can see, they doubled in size, and now we're gonna put them in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Just make sure your oven rack is in the middle. It's not too close or too up, like too bottom or too up. Look at them. Look how good they look. Now we're just gonna put them in this bowl and make sure we cover them until they cool down a little bit. Why do you want to cover them? So they don't lose this nice soft outer. Alright, 20 minutes passed. My breads rest for a little bit. So let's check the results. This is the piece that rested outside, still fluffy, just a little bit tough. This is the one that rested in a dry towel, also fluffy. And this is the one that rested in a wet towel, also still fluffy. So I guess it doesn't really matter, just don't let it sit for a while. They're still warm, by the way. Maybe that's a part of it. Let's cut one of them open and taste it. That looks good from the inside. And by the way, it tastes really good. So this is why I didn't post last week, because I made this last week. Look how sad this comparing to this. Or even better comparing to this. Which one would you want to eat? This one or this one? Of course this one. Yep, that's why I didn't post anything last week. So hopefully you liked the video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you again in another video. And go ahead and subscribe in my second channel. I will be posting there soon. It's gonna be really random stuff in Arabic, English, Hebrew, Swahili, whatever language I feel like speaking. I don't know how to speak a lot of languages. You're showing off.